Welcome to Cat Lady Art Class. There's a sound of a chainsaw in the background, little surf music. Today we're gonna make homemade Play-Doh. There's also a cat around here somewhere for Cat Lady's Art Class, and I'm sure she's gonna start whining any moment. So just wait, you'll see. So first of all, I already took a picture of the ingredients and I've shared the list of ingredients with you. But I have 2.5 cups of water that I'm gonna pour into the pan. I have 1.5 cups of salt. I used kosher salt because we have a lot of it for barbecuing purposes, for rubs, but you can use regular table salt. Realize 1.5 cups is a large portion of your whole giant thing of salt. Just be prepared. Also, there's 2.5 cups of flour, and you just dump everything on in. And last but not least is something that you may never use in your kitchen, but maybe you do. It's cream of tartar, which I already measured out in here. It's 1.5 teaspoons, and here's what cream of tartar looks like. You may have it for other baking purposes, but it helps your Play-Doh be kind of springy, and you don't have to use it, but if you do use it, it'll make your Play-Doh kind of spring back better and be a little bit less flaky. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep stirring this until it gets a little bit, it's going to start sticking together, it's going to start evening out, and it'll be a little less gooey, and when it hits the past gooey stage, it's going to be ready to dye. So we're not going to start with dye, we're going to end with dye. Okay, so here's where the real magic happens. We're going to dye all of this beautiful Play-Doh. And so what's interesting is the smell is kind of like regular Play-Doh that you might buy at the store with a little bit more of a bread smell, so it's kind of awesome. So you divide it up into how many colors that you want to make, and then you're going to, see how I made a little indent? You're going to make a little indent and pour some dye inside. Obviously, the more dye, the darker the colors. But we're going to give this a shot. Green is my favorite, so we're going to start with green. And you just really just mash it together. The reason I put a piece of butcher paper down on the counter is so I didn't dye my counter. Kind of not what I wanted to do in the making of Play-Doh. And you really just keep mashing until you get the dye mixed all the way through. If it's not the color that you wanted, you can always add more. The other thing I'll say is if you want to get super creative and you want to mix some colors, you can obviously, if you have your basic palette of red, yellow, and blue, you could also then make some purples and some oranges and things like that. But I'll show you the final product in a moment. Hi, I figured I'd do one last one. This is my last one. I'm doing blue. I thought I'd kind of show you how I go about doing it. It's quite the muscle making activity. Yes, you may end up with some dye on your hands if you've never seen my hair. I'm used to ending up with dye on my hands. I may get a little helper. Miss Lily has decided that maybe she wants to help. Hey Lolly, want to help? No, she said meow. I think that was a no. So as much as I'd love a cat friend to help me, the cat lady, it's just not gonna happen right now. Wow. Ooh, it's very nice, see? Like I said, big muscles from doing this. All of your Play-Doh should last about 4 weeks. If you keep it sealed, you can put it in a Ziploc bag or in a Tupperware container. If you set the colors next to each other, kind of like regular store-bought Play-Doh, they shouldn't like intermingle if they're just sitting next to each other. Also, if you use the kosher salt doesn't break down because it's a bigger crystal, and so it doesn't break down all the way, and so you get this kind of glittery, sometimes looking, I don't know, texture to it, and it's a little grittier when you mix it. If you use regular table salt, it will be less kind of gritty when you mush it, for lack of a better term there. So there we go, is blue. Ta-da!